give up the data now.
Callahan,
Give up the data now. Callahan, give up the data now. Callahan, give up the data now.
My name is Cheryl Thornton, and I work for the City and County of San Francisco, the Health Department.
and what's going on here today? And you were supposed to be having an arbitration hearing?
Yeah, so actually we were here, I was here today. We were scheduled to have a Step 3 hearing I was removed, as I say, illegally from the Department of Public Health, Potrero Hill Health Center, back in April 1st of this year. So we were going to have a Step 3 hearing to present the evidence as to why I was removed. I was first initially told I was removed due to a reorganization, and then 2 weeks later I was told I was removed because of intimidation and fear. We requested that, and so suddenly I received these anonymous statements through my union. And with these anonymous statements, they were very slanderous. They maligned. They maligned my character. So we requested an information request to have these statements revealed who sent the statements and what did the Department of Public Health do once they got these statements. Was there any investigation? Because I was never part of an investigation. And so I did not receive the information yesterday, our union. They said that it was undue burden to the department. And so we had to postpone the hearing.
Now, when you were removed from the Potrero Hill Health Center, did they train a person to take your place, or they just put somebody in new?
So they pulled somebody over from Tom Waddell Health Center, and they put her as an acting appointment, but no, she wasn't trained. And from what I've been told from staff that are still at the clinic has been totally dysfunctional since I have left. Very few patients are being seen. They don't have staffing at the clinic. If you look at the outside of the clinic, it looks run down. There's grass growing everywhere. It just looks like the place is being let go.
And is this part, you've charged that this may be part of privatization, gentrification of Potrero Hill?
Yes, I believe that. I've heard this before, that they said that, well, we tried to make the health center work and it's not working, so I believe they're going to repurpose it to be something else. And currently there's a rebuild going on up in Potrero Hill, and across the street from the clinic is going to be predominantly people of affordable housing. And as we know, people that are able to qualify for affordable housing are people that have salaries of $117,000 a year. And those people usually have health insurance. And so the clinic, you can see maybe what's going to happen with the clinic, because the people who are currently there are being moved out, and higher income people are coming in. And so therefore we believe that the clinic is going to be privatized, yes. We're in 2018, and it's hard for me to believe that this sophisticated city, the city and county of San Francisco, doesn't have data collected. I mean, what does that say about the person who's running DHR? I mean, isn't that she must be incompetent, because how could she not have the data of the workforce of the city and county of San Francisco? She is the director of the Department of Human Resources. Of course she has to have that data. It makes no sense to us that she doesn't have the data. And it also makes no sense that our union doesn't have some of this data.
And the Barbara Garcia, who is the director of Department of Public Health, she said at a meeting at the Department of Public Health that there was a problem of racism in the city and county of San Francisco. What has she done since that meeting at the Department of Public Health?
Well, let me just say this. In 2012, we met with Barbara Garcia, several of us. We made her aware of the discrimination.
This is in 2012.
Then we but we did, she said she was going to work on it. There was going to be a change, and all that ever really happened was that the attack on African Americans increased. So in 2014, in 2018 we had a rally on March 28th, and Barbara Garcia admitted that she had heard of this racism. Well, of course she heard of it because she was in a meeting and we all told her, and she directed her person in charge of labor to look into it, and all that happened was that the attacks on African Americans increased.
Why are they doing this? Why are they targeting African American workers?
Well, a lot of us believe that it's part of a larger plan of gentrification. They're forcing us out of the city and county of San Francisco. In the health department, the data that we did receive, of 8,000 employees, we are 10%. And within that 10%, we're mostly on the lower end as janitors, the lower end paid classes, job assignments.
And this action that you're taking here today, the rallies, are they going to continue? And I understand there are going to be some hearings, which they're not letting you know the date of.
So we intend to keep up we intend to keep the actions going. And we intend, yes, there is going to be a public hearing. We met with our union last night. They said September the 19th would be the date. However, as we told SEIU 10-1, this is not just about SEIU 10-1. This is about all city workers, doctors, nurses. So we're talking about all the locals, Local 21, Local 2, all the locals, the city workers, because black workers are under attack in every department, at every level in the workforce.
And the ILW joined you at a rally here. What do you think about that action by the ILW?
Well, I feel like that union really supports its workers, and that they send a clear message that they intend to not let racism prevail. This has been going on for quite some time, and we've been telling SEIU 10-1 about this racism. And it's clear to me that they haven't really helped and supported us, the black workers. Right now, I would not be in this predicament had SEIU 10-1 stood up for me in 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16. They did not stand up for me. And so this is why I'm under attack. And I want to be clear. I'm here for the people. If somebody looks up the record of complaints at 1050 Wisconsin, Potrero Hill Health Center, look up the number of complaints lodged by patients and the mistreatment. And I spoke out on that, and that's why I'm under attack.
So you were trying to protect the services and the patients getting proper services, and you're paying the cost of that.
Right, I'm paying the cost, and Barbara Garcia keeps saying that it's an employee issue. It's a personnel issue, and that she can't talk about it. I have done nothing wrong. I'm willing to show the public the documents. I have been, like I said, I've been harassed and I've been discriminated against by the Department of Public Health. Barbara Garcia knows that black people have been attacked in the Department of Public Health, and yet she has done nothing to stop it.
Do you think Barbara Garcia and Micki Callahan should be removed?
I think so, because they have been in place for now 10 years, and there's been a steady decline of black workers being removed from the city and county of San Francisco. And that's why we're asking for these public hearings, because we know this to be true. And I don't think at this point they're going to be able to reform. They are part of the problem. You know, I mean, several of us have gone and filed complaints through the EEO up here at DHR, where we're standing right now. And then we're told that it doesn't meet the standards. But yet, we're still going through it. So I think, yes, it's time for a change at the top. Problem, that's what I'm saying. Because we went to, it's clear to me, in 2012, We went to Barbara Garcia with our union, and they knew that there was racism occurring in 2012. She was clear. We had a meeting. And all that happened was the attacks increased on African Americans. Nothing stopped. And so it wasn't until 2018 when they put me out, we had a rally. And now she's classifying me as a personnel issue. I haven't done anything wrong, because had I done something wrong, they would have charged me with something. And I've not been charged with anything. And that's what I'm saying. So how could I have been removed from my job? You know, it's retaliation. It's retaliation, it's racism, and that's what's going on. And anybody that stands up for the right of the marginalized is going to be bullied and pushed out of their job. And that's what this is about, because the city and county, I guess, they just don't want poor people in this city anymore. That's really what it is. They're forcing poor people out of the city. Doesn't matter if you're black, doesn't matter if you're white, doesn't matter if you're Asian. Is if you're poor, you're taking up space here and you gotta go. When we have the public hearings, we intend to pack the Board of Supervisors chambers. We have so many stories, so we intend to have over 500 people in there testifying. The public hearing, September 19th. And it's, it should be from, they said the time is from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Oh wow, you're gonna spend all day there.
Yeah, we don't know at what time are they gonna let us make our comment, but the fact is that there's a systemic problem in San Francisco. Anytime the population goes from 18% to less than 3%, there is a concerted effort to force black people out of this city, and other people as well. There's other groups that are being forced out of this city, and it's really about poor people not being able to live in San Francisco, period.
Callahan out.
Racism has no place in public health.
Racism has no place in public health.
Racism
Has no place in the city and it has no place in the city and county. Callahan, give up the data now. Callahan, give up the data now.